What's going on, guys? It's Adam P, and welcome back to more Newcastle United news and what is the perfect, ideal follow-up video from yesterday, because I made a video going into detail about how, as much as I don't want to say it, currently teams like Sunderland are actually doing Newcastle a favour, because your registered Premier League teams, the likes of Forest, West Ham, Wolves, teams that have got quality in there, got players that Newcastle want as well, if they go down to the Championship, it heavily benefits Newcastle United next summer. Regardless of whether we don't have European football, even these players going down to the Championship would help Newcastle in a transfer market sense, because of FFP, this PSR crap, and also the financial losses that these teams going down would have. And I wanted to start the video off by addressing this again, because since my videos came out, we've now had transfer news from Nottingham Forest clearing that Elliot Anderson's price tag is between 100 million to 120 million pounds. 120 million pounds. What? That is insane. And that's the point straight away. Forward straight up with that message are telling people we do not want to sell Elliot Anderson at all. But Mariakis does not have this control and does not have this leverage if Nottingham Forest goes down this season, because he'll suffer financial losses, especially he would as well, because of the amount of players that Forest have brought in over the past couple of years. So you'll lose that straight away. All the players, let's be honest, even before looking into whether or not Elliot Anderson will want to play for Newcastle again, Elliot Anderson would immediately want to leave Nottingham Forest. It's a player playing for his national team, World Cups next summer. Yes, he'll be in the squad for the World Cup, regardless of where Forest finishes in the league, depending on how he plays. But afterwards, he's not going to stick around. There's no way Elliot Anderson is jetting off for the World Cup and then playing in the Championship for Forest. It's never happening. When has this ever happened in any international level player for a national team? It just doesn't happen. Players always want to go out if they go down, because it will affect their international career. And when you look at Anderson as well, he's just going to have a huge demand in clubs that want him. And I know the guy well enough to suggest that he would come back to Newcastle. Maybe he has a change of mind after having a couple of years elsewhere, but this is a player Newcastle will want to bring back, and I also believe it is a player that will want to go back to Newcastle now. So straight away, if Forest goes down, as much as I don't want to say, because I do like Forest as a club, it does benefit Newcastle. I'm certain on it. Just before we get into anything else, of course, if you guys are new around here, make sure you get down there, hit the subscribe button, don't miss out on any upcoming news. Of course, we've got Tottenham tomorrow at St James's Park in the CARABAO Cup. If you win tomorrow, you are already in the quarter-final, which means one game up, a two-legged semi-final. It is mad how late on you get into the Carabao Cup competition now. But after 2 games, you're already in a quarter-final if you beat Tottenham, which, to be honest, I'm confident. I am confident we can do it. But we have to do it as well in our point of view. You want to keep these cup competitions alive. And speaking of some changes you're going to be seeing this season, Boxing Day Premier League football is no more. One Boxing Day match this year, and the rest of the fixtures have been moved to the 27th or the 20th. I've seen largely negative viewpoints on this on social media, but as someone that goes to the matches, unpopular opinion, I actually like it. I used to hate Boxing Day away days. I'm going to be truthful with you. I couldn't stand going to away days on Boxing Day. The positives, it was great going with your mates. It was a good laugh. The vibes are good. Everyone's in a good mood. It was good, enjoying yourself going to the game. But again, in the morning after Christmas Day is a nightmare. I couldn't spend time with my family, to be honest, because when my parents did work, I had a mum that works in an old people's home, so of course Christmas Day she used to work then. So we effectively opened the presents on Christmas Eve, and we didn't really do anything on Christmas Day. And then my Christmas Day dinner was actually on Boxing Day. So when I went to the away days, I always missed the Christmas dinner. I used to properly do my head in, because I go back in and there's the whole leftovers in the freezer. It's like, oh no, absolutely not. So that's one of many reasons. But to be honest, I am actually glad there's only one Boxing Day fixture this year. Knowing our luck, it is Newcastle United going away somewhere as the only Boxing Day game. But I do have to admit, away days, Boxing Day, when the trains are off, you had to go down in the coach or in someone's car. It was just, yeah, I used to think it was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I'm kind of glad that they're gone. But I could also understand people on the flip side that didn't have any issues with Christmas, so didn't have anything going on. That might be a bit upset by that. Honestly, I think I'm moving to the 27th or 28th. As much as I like to criticise the Premier League, I'm going to say it is actually a good move. I do not mind that at all, and I'm happy to accept that Boxing Day fixtures are not a thing anymore. As for Eddie Howe's press conference against Tottenham, of course, he's went into detail saying that Sven Botman has not suffered a concussion, but didn't train yesterday after head was stapled. We'll see how he is today, says Howe. Again, you imagine against Tottenham anyway, you would have went with Burn short at the back, so Botman, regardless, would not have played the game tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the weekend. Sad to hear that he has to get staples in his head, but at least he's alright. As for our players, tomorrow is still too soon for Lewis Howe, but chance for West Ham on Sunday. So for tomorrow, sounds like maybe an opportunity for Murphy. I'm trying to think who else could even go left back. Maybe he drops Burn left back and him has Chow and Shaw on the horse. But to be honest, I think you've got the opportunity to rotate a little bit around. I think Tottenham will probably heavily rotate as well. So it depends how much Newcastle wants it. Based on the Bradford team, though, you have to give Eddie Howe props. He put a real strong team out against Bradford. So maybe, yes, there will be rotation more, but maybe you decide to still go Chow and then Burn goes left back once again. Livramento has targeted coming back from Manchester City, so that's November 22nd. That's not too far away. I'm buzzing about that one because I was horrified when I first saw his injury. Johan Wissa on track early to mid-November. Still vague and Wissa. You've seen there, Livramento has been given a target date to come back for City. Wissa, still a vague response. And that one does worry me a little bit. Because with Wissa's injury at first, it wasn't deemed that bad. And then it was set back, or it might have just been a worse injury in the first case. And even now, when you're hearing reports that he could be back this weekend, or he could be back the next week or so, still vague responses. But, of course, looking at the social media, the guy clearly is training with the players. He's in amongst it with the squad. So, at least it finally looks like he's going to come back at some point. But still not the most detailed response on when he could come back. And as for Eddie Howe's comments on winning the Carabao Cup, he's went into details saying it's made my desire to win again even stronger. Having gone through the experience of winning, the high that you get, seeing the joy in everyone, seeing how that united the city is in the celebrations, that can only make you want to experience the occasion more. And I couldn't agree more. I think especially when you're the cup holders, you've almost got that mindset where that's our trophy, you've got to protect it, you've got to defend it. I think when you look at Newcastle and how we've been this season and how we look with our squad, there's nothing stopping Newcastle from going for it again. Teams, of course, you've seen the teams in there this season. I think it's a real strong competition. All the good teams are fighting amongst it. And there's nothing stopping Newcastle from being in there with those teams again. And they've got to be able to go for these competitions because you need to show that ambition. Yes, of course, we need to focus on the Champions League and focus on the Premier League. You've got to have that mentality to go for all the competitions as well. I don't ever want to see the club, while you might see a bit of it during the Champions League run, because if you be an Athletic club, you're almost qualified already for a knockout phase. So maybe when you've got Leverkusen away, you could focus on the derby, but you never want to see the mentality of a club actively choosing during the week which games you want to focus on. You've got to have that mentality of going for all the matches. You've got a good squad now. The squad depth is there, excluding the striker, fair enough, but the rest of the squad's clear. You've got players there. And even tomorrow with the striker, you see Osula coming, I thought he'd win it against Fulham, so even there, you've got options available. We just need to work with it. Against Tottenham, they'll do the exact same thing. They'll rotate around. And I'm confident at St James's Park, you've got a real opportunity of beating them. And I feel like you should be beating them as well. And then afterwards, we'll focus on who we get next in the quarter-final. But we just got to get the job done against Tottenham. Keep the dream alive. Keep the momentum going. And just give a club a bit of ambition, especially surrounding what has been admittedly a bit of a tough Premier League run so far. We're finally getting it together now. 4 wins in our last 5 games. You've just got to get these results in. You've got to keep the momentum going, and then we'll see how Newcastle does in the cup competitions this year. I want to be back at Wembley though. I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'll come across as a bit greedy, but yeah, I love being there every single time. I love to be back again. So please, Newcastle, let's give it all and make sure we give 100% against Tottenham tomorrow. Appreciate you guys watching though. Take care. Let me know any of your opinions down below. Are you happy with the changes, and what do you think about the Elliot Anderson situation? Valued at £120 million. I've never felt like in a million years I will be saying that in any of my videos, but here we are. That is the reality. A player that Newcastle's let go, someone that was never playing for us, never getting our squad, all of a sudden is a world-class player elsewhere now, so Would you take him back? From what kind of money would you take him back for as well, if you do want him back? But take care, guys. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow for a match day vlog.